Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us today at our MarTech for Higher Ed seminar. My name is Mark Sierra, and I'll be presenting in our session today on automated direct mail for higher ed. And my company is called PrintSF. The SF stands for Salesforce. And for over 10 years, we've been helping Salesforce customers, including higher ed institutions, automate their direct mail and gifts from within Sales Cloud and also from within Pardot and Marketing Cloud. We are the #1 app exchange app by installs for direct mail, and we've helped Salesforce customers send out and track tens of millions of direct mail pieces and gifts from Salesforce. Today, we're going to just give you a quick roadmap as to how easy it is for higher ed institutions to automate direct mail touches. Direct mail is something obviously that is used by many, if not most, higher ed institutions across the student journey and life cycle. So we're going to be looking at some of the things you can do in Salesforce and Pardot to automate the sending and tracking of the physical direct mail channel. And that means standard formats like postcards and letters and so on, but also means more robust formats and materials such as brochures, welcome kits, and other materials. So let's dive right in. We're going to keep things fairly brief today. And for today's demonstration and discussion, the scenario we're going to look at is that a potential student goes to your website and fills out a form of interest for a particular major or school through a Pardot form and submits that, and that is going to trigger the sending of some follow-up direct mail. So in this scenario, we're using Pardot's Engagement Studio, and upon web form submission, the prospective student would enter this flow, and Pardot's first step would be to add the student to a campaign in Salesforce, and that really is all that's needed for PrintSF to pick it up and execute the mailing. But we'll take a look at some other capabilities as the mail piece goes out and enters the mail stream. We have a rule here to wait for 5 days and then check and see if a custom field called template name is of a certain value, meaning a certain, in this case, was the pre-app postcard sent out, and has the delivery status changed to delivered. And if that is the case, then we'll go ahead and follow up with an email to the student, allow for up to 7 days for the student to open that email, and then upon that happening, we will schedule a recruiter phone call. If the mail has not yet been delivered at 5 days, then we just enter a series of waiting steps here where we check back daily to see when the mail shows as delivered, and then we send the email and likewise schedule the recruiting call. So just a very basic Engagement Studio flow here, but demonstrating how you can trigger the sending of direct mail and then also have knowledge in Pardot of delivery status and build other actions or steps on top of mail delivery. Now, this is the Pardot side. In terms of what's going on behind the scenes and how this mail is getting sent out and tracked, I'm going to jump to another tab here. And here we're looking at the PrintSF application running for Connected University in Salesforce here, and you'll see that we have a set of capabilities we call Autopilot. And Autopilot is what schedules all of your mail programs and makes everything lights out automation for you, so there's no manual steps ongoing. And you can see Connected University is using Autopilot for a number of types of mailings. They are sending out student birthday cards every week, every Monday that runs, and any student birthday are triggered and picked up and sent out. We were just talking about the pre-application postcard. There's our birthday card, by the way. We were just discussing a use case of the pre-application postcard. And you can see this is set to run every weekday, Monday through Friday. And at that point, all of the requested mailers will be processed and sent out. But we can also use Autopilot to automate programs like financial aid approval letters, new application thank you letters, and so on. Really any use case. So Autopilot is the sort of magic automation under the hood that executes all your automated direct mail sends that are queued up by Pardot. In terms of digging a little more deeply, some of the features running behind the scenes, and again, this is a lights out automated process, but so you can understand what's going on under the hood and some of the value of that. This represents the mail list that is being assembled every morning by Autopilot, and every recipient, every piece of mail requested goes through a certified USPS address validation and correction. So all of your addresses get verified and corrected, and where there is a student that does not have a verified or valid address, the system will weed those out so that you're not wasting money on mail that will get returned. Also, again, it is a lights out process, but I wanted to share, as you're configuring your Autopilot jobs to mail here, you can see some of the personalization capabilities, very powerful in the platform, so that you can truly speak one-to-one with each student. Now, in this case, we're looking at the pre-app postcard, and we can see the first record here is to Patricia, who has expressed an interest on the web form for the School of Biology and Physical Science. And the card promotes such school. If you look at the image in the background there, it may be a little hard to see, but that is a microscope. So we have an image associated with that school. And then the back of the card, all of the content there is speaking to the specific school of interest. If I, however, go to the next record, you're going to see that Samuel has expressed interest in a Bachelor of Communication. You'll notice the imagery in the back of the background of the card now is different than for the biology school. And of course, the entire content side of the postcard here is completely different, and it's focused on what's going to be of interest to Samuel, and so on. So these are highly dynamic templates. They can really maximize your ability to speak one-on-one with your students across the student journey and have a great degree of personalization. So again, Autopilot is working in hand with Pardot, and your mailings are going out in a fully automated, lights out fashion. Every piece of mail is also being tracked through the mail stream to delivery. So for example, when Vanessa's student is a student in our Salesforce instance here, and we can see if we go to the related list here that we have a list called Mailer History, which is tracking every piece of mail sent to this student. And we can see that a birthday card was sent and delivered on May 5th, and then the Connected University pre-app postcard was sent and delivered on the 7th. So again, every piece of mail is tracked and visible, relevant to the student. And then also in the aggregate, this is a campaign that is driving the process in Salesforce, and you can see at the campaign level that we can see in the aggregate as the mail moves through the mail stream and it is delivered, we can see the delivery results on the campaign ongoing. And we can also see that we're not just tracking deliveries, we're also tracking return mail. So Salesforce and Pardot know when mail can't be delivered and gets returned, and it's very easy to trigger actions to suppress future mail to the student until you get a good address and or to flag it for administrative action. So once again, that's a quick look at some of the capabilities of automated direct mail for higher ed when installing and operating the PrintSF solution within your cloud. Thanks very much. We hope this has been instructive. Enjoy the rest of your seminar today.